I was riding into Lewisburg the other day and have my new satellite hookup in my car so I can get my favorite programs and stuff for the long ride in. Anyway, this woman was interviewing the novelist David Grossman. And she was talking to him about a book, a novel that he published. That's just a kind of a wild premise and wild story. And I was hearing him talk about it. And when the interviewer said, well, wasn't that kind of crazy thinking on your heroine's part? And he said, well, no. He said, that's what magical thinking is. And I thought, that's a beautiful phrase. I'd never heard that. And then later it came out that his son had been killed by a rocket. He died a couple of weeks before he was going to get out. The interviewer said to him, how do you feel? How did you feel after that happened, after you lost your son? And I've heard a lot of people asked about death, you know, about how you felt after your husband or wife or child died. And I've heard a lot of, you know, descriptions of how that felt to that person. But he said something that just turned me around. He said it was like becoming an exile. Everything he'd ever known became unreal, became odd, you know, didn't understand. He felt like he was in exile. He was in a strange country where he didn't know anything. And it turned me around because I realized that is the way I have felt since Wolf's death. And with him gone, through these things I've gone through since his death, I became an exile. Put me into this strange land. It sent me into a foreign place I'd never been before. There was like nothing familiar. Nothing was home. Nothing was, you couldn't have that touch anymore, or that look, or that laugh together, or things that only you two shared, you know? What's wrong with having a great love in your life? Yes, death can take it away. Yes, it can. Sickness can take it away. But what if you'd never had it? Why can't we understand that the most exciting thing to share is exploring the mind, the creativity, the friendship of another human being? That's the greatest trip a human being is ever going to make. You're trying to learn about God, and the only way you're going to find it, the only way you will see that God force, is in another human being. I'm talking about friendship. There's no life without friendship. You can't fall in friendship. That's an achievement, and really love is an achievement. Love is a great achievement. It's a commitment. It's an attitude. It's a philosophy. It's a religion. It's everything. Take a deep breath. Relax. Let everything go. And say to yourself, may I be myself. May I follow my destiny. May I be loved.